What if the man washing your dishes today becomes the founder of Australia's most reviewed Indian restaurant tomorrow? Dharmesh Rangparia arrived in Sydney with a student visa, a borrowed curry recipe from his father, and a job washing dishes in a crowded kitchen.
So I came to Australia for 2005, but never wanted to work for anyone.
Today, he's the co-founder of Chatkazz, a street food empire serving over 250 vegetarian dishes across 6 buzzing locations, ran by 40 plus chefs and backed by 25,000 plus Google reviews, making it one of the most rated restaurants in Australia. But this story isn't just about food, it's about culture, risk and impact.
हैरिस पार्क में चटकाज की चाट
I was just watching at the YouTube, and then Modi sahib told that, oh, Chatkazz ki chaat. I was so happy. And then after 5 minutes, I got almost 15-20 calls that, oh, Modi sahib, please took your name. We are so proud. We are so proud.
What Dharmesh built is more than a restaurant. It's a platform, a purpose.
You cannot grow without growing someone else.
If you've ever felt the odds were stacked too high or the dream too far, this episode is your reminder that the most unforgettable journey often begins with a dishwasher, doubt, and a fire that won't go out. Let's dive in.
चटकाज की चाट
Welcome to the Migrant Mentor Podcast.
Welcome to our Migrant Mentor podcast to Dharmesh Rangparia, the founder of Chatkazz. Welcome to our podcast, Dharmesh. Thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me.
Dharmesh, this is your first podcast, right?
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yes.
I want to set the tone of the podcast with a question, but I want you to sit with a feeling first.
Yeah, sure.
You mentioned earlier that you used to cook with your dad at home in India.
Yeah.
Having that feeling of cooking with your dad to the Indian Prime Minister praising you for your restaurant, how does that make you feel when you hear something like that?
So when I was in India and I was preparing for Australia, and my dad know how to cook. So he said, oh, probably living with boys as a bachelor, and then you need to cook some curries and dal and rotis and everything. He started showing me. I was not interested at all. And he showed me a couple of curries and dal to begin with. Probably after a year, I got a chance to cook it. Otherwise, I was. And then that's how journey started, And everyone's praised me. Oh, curry is so good, because I remember the first curry was potato and capsicum. It's not a good combination, but still everyone loved it. And then the rest is the history. So that's how we started.
Yeah.
Wow. Your story is an inspiration to international students. As a student, you wash dishes in a restaurant, which is what a lot of students do. And now you run a multi-million-dollar business. That is an inspiration to thousands of international students in Australia.
Yes. So I came to Australia for 2005. I was studying Master of Accounting, then started doing CPA as well. Then I started with few different companies, JP Morgan, BNP Paribas, Perpetual, but never wanted to work for anyone, and always in mind that, oh, I got that blood into my genes that, oh, probably my dad was doing the business as well. I started liking it. And because we are 3 founders and other founders was the same kind of me as well. I always made sure that whatever we started, we always started with honesty. We always love feeding people, because I'm from Thakkar family. We believe in Jalaram Bapa. And that's how we started Chatkazz. Before Chatkazz, we used to do stalls in fairs. We did couple of fairs, and then people said, oh, why don't you open the restaurant? And that's how we started collecting the feedbacks. When we opened our first stalls in Olympic Park, India-Australia Fair on 15th of August, we were sold out at 3 o'clock.
Was it always food?
Yes, always food, because I was working with JP Morgan. I always wanted to start the business which I don't have to ask money from the customers. So let's say if you do some business in India, probably let's say transport, then you have to have the credit with the customers and everything. And in restaurant business, you always get the money. You don't have to ask for the customer. Yeah.
Wow.
So I don't want to do the business that where I have to give 30 days credits or 60 days credits to the customers. Yeah. So that was my main thought.
The inspiration behind Chatkazz.
Yeah.
When you were starting out, okay, so first you start cooking at these events. What triggered let's start a restaurant? Did you have any doubt of starting a restaurant in Harris Park, especially where it was already flooded in the restaurant?
As I told you, we are three founders. One is Sanjay and one is Viral and me.
Yep.
So we always talk about food. So Saturday and Sunday, we go to many restaurants, try samosas, try those. But we never tried vada pav, dabeli, pav bhaji, what we used to have it in Mumbai, in a street food. And that's where we said, oh, probably this is definitely a gap in Australia.
Definitely.
Back in 2012. And we always wanted to open in Harris Park because that's where people will recognize us faster than any other suburb. Yeah.
So you set this up. Where did the name come from, Chatkazz? Where did that
Okay.
come from?
So like how we're sitting right now.
Yeah.
So we were four, founders and one of my friends. We were all sitting there. Then one of my founders' wives, we were speaking to her. And we said, oh, we wanted to keep Jalaram, Nasta and Farsan,
Okay.
which we normally do it in India, But then his wife said, oh, no, probably, have some good names where probably people will recognize you. People will probably, especially the non-Indians as well. So we had the 14, 15 names and suddenly came Chatkazz. And we said, done. Let's go for Chatkazz. Yeah. So that's how we started.
Your enthusiasm for cooking is one thing, but how did you transition that into running a business?
Back in Mumbai, coming here, working with the JP Morgan and BNP Paribas, we learned a little bit of management, how to, manage the things, how to tackle the staffs as well. Because I had few staffs who was working under me as well in those organizations. And then again, I had two good hands, two other founders. They've been in business since almost 10, 15 years before we started the Chatkazz. That's how I got the mentorship from those people as well. I'd seen the culture of kitchen where I was working. So I said, look, whatever we do, we wanted to make sure that we keep the culture clean. That's how the culture of Chatkazz, to make sure that customers is the right, customer is the God, and quality has to be on the top.
There's three of you, so the decision-making process, what was that like between you three? Because when there's three people, then one person is going to miss out when you start making decisions, right? How do you guys manage conflict or disagreements?
Yeah, there is a disagreement, there is a word fighting that, oh, this will not work, this will work. But they are 8 years older than me. So I always respect them because they've been in the business long time. We do discuss a lot of things. We do argue as well. But at the end of the day, what is good for Chatkazz, that's what decision we always take.
I remember going to Harris Park when it first started, shortly after. And it was a smaller menu to what it is today. Because you go to a lot of restaurants and it's a much smaller menu. But you have a massive menu, North India, South India, Punjab. It's a huge menu. What was behind that?
Did it start like?
No, we did not. So we started with especially the Mumbai roadside item.
Outside, yeah.
And then few of the Gujarati item like khaman dokla, vada pav, dabeli.
Snack food.
Because when we started with the small menu, because we had the only limited space, which was only 55 square meter.
Yeah.
But then after 6 months, we decided to, expand to the next restaurant, which was Japanese restaurant. Then we expanded. But then we thought, okay, if we opening that 120 sittings restaurant, we wanted to make sure that we cater each and every part of India.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that's how, So, and especially having a bigger menu, it's kind of a disadvantage.
Yes.
But we always, because you need to have so many staffs, you need to make sure that everything goes fresh, because that's what Chatkazz is for. And then slowly, I went back to India. I learned how to make all those curries, and because I did not know when we opened the Chatkazz. I knew how to cook the vada pav, dabeli and misal pav and, Gujarati items. But then I went to India. I stayed there 20-25 days, learned almost all the things, and then came back, and then we started.
Wow.
Where did you go to learn that?
So one of our hostel friend, the boarding school friend, he had the hotel in Rajkot, which is in Gujarat. And then I went to Mumbai as well. To a couple of friends lives there. He's got food business as well. So I went there and learned.
Very unique because it's vegetarian, no alcohol. It's a combination that wasn't there. Now you've obviously mastered that. So, every store is packed.
Without customers, we are nothing. Of course, we need to make sure that We give you quality customer service, and then you guys will come back. But because we are pure vegetarian since birth, and most of them in India from Gujarat as well, and we always had in our mind that, oh, okay, no meat, and probably we try that, oh, probably with the vegetarian, probably alcohol will not go that well, but still people like it in other restaurants as well. So yeah, and that's how we decided that, oh, no alcohol, no meat.
Still working.
Yeah,
Working well.
With 250 dishes, how do you keep consistency of quality? Because the quality hasn't changed from, when you started to now.
Yeah.
But you've got 6 stores?
We got 6 stores with including sweet shop. Yeah.
So how do you ensure that the quality is consistent when the chefs are obviously all different?
Yeah. So look, I'll start with the example of probably McDonald's, Burger King, or big chains. They make their recipes. They make sure that, the process is very simple. So that's what we tried in Chatkazz. I still remember that I went to get my menu done in one of the company in Westmead, and he's a non-Indian guy. And he said, you guys are like a McDonald's of India. And I was so proud because you as soon as you get into Chatkazz, you get your food in 8-10 minutes.
Yeah. Everything is process driven.
If you go to Harris Park, if you go to Adelaide, if you go to Canberra, it's the same taste. Of course, it's a couple of, I would say 2-3% definitely, and not in my business, in every business. But because of probably the chef hands, but if they follow the procedure, there will be no taste change.
I was telling a colleague that we're doing a podcast with you, and he goes, he's a bit of a foodie, and he goes, did you know Chatkazz is one of the most Google rated restaurants in Australia? There's over 28,000 Google reviews, and even the top-notch hatted restaurants have 500 to 1,000. Was that a conscious decision to push something like that to make the restaurant bigger?
No, honestly speaking, no. We normally don't push anyone, or we don't put the fake reviews as well. Let's say if I'm not in the restaurant, because I wanted to make sure that I open 10, 15, 20 restaurants. We wanted to go beyond Australia as well. So what is the one thing which will tell me by sitting at home that my restaurant is running properly, which is feedback from the customers? We have the systems where we collect at least 150, either Google or we got the QR system from our Chatkazz. Doesn't matter, you're coming for the first time or you're coming for the 50th time, we always get your feedback. So we get almost 150 feedback every day by each branches, every day.
Wow.
Yeah, not only Google, but QR and mix of Google. Yeah.
You were 3 founders?
Yeah.
So you predominantly spend time in India looking after that side of the business, and you have the other 2 partners in Australia.
So no, so one of my partners is in India. Me and there is a guy called Sanjay. We always here. I travel a lot because we just opened a restaurant in India as well.
Right.
We wanted to open restaurants in London, America, Canada, a few other countries as well. So I try to make sure that I'm on a growth part.
Right.
And we have the business partner here looking after each branches as well. So,
okay, so you've been able to split the roles and responsibilities amongst the 3 partners.
Among the 3 partners, and we have the working partners as well here with the branches. So the why you go to each and every restaurant, so you get the good experience. Because if I'm sitting in India or if I'm sitting somewhere else in London, and if I want to run the business, that's not going to happen for any businessman. So we always make sure that we keep the good people with us and they run the business for us.
Now, this is very important for our listeners, because what you've done is you've actually brought in your employees as shareholders. So you've given them a piece of the success of the business.
Yeah.
What was the driver behind that? I mean, that's a lot of founders don't do this.
Yeah, we always wanted to grow, but there is a one sentence that you cannot grow without growing someone else. If I'm growing and if you don't grow with me, then probably my business will not run.
Right.
Okay. So we believe in sharing the idea, sharing the money, sharing the experience. This is what we believe. Right now, if we see in our branches, the people who is our business partner, they started with us as a waiter. And now they are partner. I really would like to thank them as well that they stayed with us since last 8, 9, 10 years.
Would you like to mention their names?
Oh, yeah. There is a
great for them as
yes.
because they've been party to your success.
Of course, yeah. So I started with Suraj. He's in Harris Park.
Surname?
Suraj Panchal. In Bella Vista, Shyam Morad. in Adelaide, Mihir Patel. It's a kind of, if you are a good people, then probably you will get good company as well.
Can you think of a challenge that you gave you frustration, failure, or disappointment in the journey of this, and how did you overcome it?
So I'll tell you from the first day when we started Chatkazz, I told my dad that, Papa, we are starting a restaurant. Then first thing was he told me then, are you insane? You seriously, you know how hard work it is? Because he's been doing catering in India.
Oh.
So he normally goes and cook like, in a small town, small village. I wouldn't say town, but small village. Then I said, no, I wanted to do something for myself. When we started, I used to start at 8 o'clock. I used to finish at almost 12, 1 o'clock at night. For almost 2 years, I was in the kitchen, cooking all the dishes, making sure that all the quality is going properly. Then slowly, I started coming out from the kitchen and making sure that, I wanted to go in the management to expand my business. If I'm in the kitchen, probably I wouldn't be able to expand that much. Every day we get so many challenges, but we always make sure that we keep ourselves calm. We give a little bit of thought that why this has happened and why it will not happen in the future. But in any business, its challenge is going to be every day. So same with us as well.
Yeah. What advice would you give someone today if they wanted to start a restaurant business or any type of business? Because right now a restaurant business, you're looking at what, $50, $100, $250,000 just to set up. Well, what advice would you give someone?
Yeah. So first and last advice is you should know your business first. If you want to start a restaurant, you need to make sure that, of course, if you don't know how to make food, that's fine. But at least 80 to 90% what goes in there, how it will run. So this is the main thing, that you should know your business. You should know your food if you want to start the restaurant. Yeah.
Now, you had one of the big moments of Chatkazz life was the Indian Prime Minister Modi when he was here last.
Yeah.
And out of all the restaurants in Harris Park, he came to Chatkazz.
Yeah.
How did that feel? That's a huge achievement.
So at the time I was in India.
Here.
So no. And he did not come to a restaurant.
Oh.
Yeah. He just took our name. So start with, I was in India. I was taking interviews of chefs because after COVID it was too hard for us we did not have staff. Yeah. So I went to India especially to get the chef. And the driver who was driving, I was just telling him the story that what we do. He was asking me. And then I just told him that, the restaurant name is Chatkazz. And then after 10 minutes, I was just watching at the YouTube, and then Modi Sahib told that, Chatkazz ki chaat. And then he suddenly told me that, Modi Sahib ne apka naam liya. And I was so happy.
Yeah.
And then after 5 minutes, I got almost 15-20 calls that, Modi Sahib is, from Australia. That, Modi Sahib took your name. Modi Sahib took your name. We are so proud. Few of were my staff and few of were the customers. And I told them straight away, I said, look, this is all happening because you guys were there. You guys are supporting us. It's our duty to make sure that if we open any restaurants or anything, we wanted to make sure that we give the qualities and whatever the customer wants. Then he told Honorable Prime Minister of Australia, Anthony Albanese, that, please, someone take my friend to those restaurants. And then after a month or time, Mr. Albanese came to our restaurant. And that's when we introduced Modi special chaat on the same day.
Wow.
Yes. So we ran for almost 6-7 months, probably almost a year. Yeah. And then we got a very good response on Modi special chaat as well.
What was that like? Did they tell you before he was coming? Did you have to set up something special? What was the day?
Oh, so Modi Sahib or
for Albanese?
No, so it was all sudden visit. One day he said, he's coming next Friday. Then I got a call, then he's not coming. Oh. Then again I got a call at around 3 o'clock, said, he's coming 6:30.
Oh.
So we prepared our restaurant for him. We wanted to make sure that we welcome him properly. And then when I went there 6 o'clock, he just, few of the security asked me that, are you the owner? I said, yes. Yeah. So just keep quiet and then Prime Minister will be there. And they were just watching. Prime Minister came in, he shook hand with few people, few customers. Everyone was so excited. We took the selfie as well. All my staff came in and we took the selfie. And we were so happy, over the moon. Said, I would say life remembering moment. Because if someone's taking your name in front of 25,000 people, and Of course, in Australia, 25,000 people, but everyone is watching around the world.
Yeah.
That must have been a really memorable day for Albanese.
Oh, probably, yes.
To go to the
Yeah,
restaurant.
yeah, and still I got the video, and as soon as he came, said, oh, one of the guy was with him, and he said, oh, Andrew Charlton, I still remember, Andrew Charlton was with him, and he said, oh, this is Chatkazz. So he said, oh, okay. And then the way he recognized us because Modi Sahib took our name.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
yeah, we were so happy.
One of the things that migrants we've found out is that they struggle in Australia, becoming entrepreneurs. So, and you've done that. Maybe 2 or 3 things top of mind that come to you that could help them, inspire them, and follow your footsteps as an entrepreneur.
See, whatever the business you start, first thing is hard work.
Yep.
Second is your honesty. And I would say third is your dedication. These 3 things, definitely, because we came from India and we wanted to make sure that we, live good life. If you really want to do business, you need to put yourself down. That's it.
You're very successful, obviously, with the Indian clientele, but the non-Indian clientele also come. How do you see that? Because that's expanding the range, right?
Yeah, so we do a little bit of homework. We do kind of marketing as well to target non-Indians as well. We have a special menu. First page in our menu that's new to Indian food. These are the items you can choose.
Yeah.
Our staff is always there to help them out. We always give more attention when they come because they don't know. Of course, we give same attention to each and every customers as well. But we wanted to make sure that they feel comfortable when they're coming to Indian restaurant.
From the humble beginnings of one store, you've innovated, right? So you've grown it through the restaurants, of course, but now catering, sweets, and other things as well. What's next? What's the next innovation for Chatkazz?
We just wanted to make sure that maybe one day we want to start drive-through. With this not many items, because if you want to start drive-through, it has to be very fast.
Yes.
So I have seen a few Indian restaurants somewhere in America or somewhere people have drive-through, but it's of course kind of a chai and coffees and all those things, which is of course achievable.
Yeah.
But we wanted to try if we can do it.
Yeah.
Not sure. We always starve for new technologies, new innovations. So
Again, coming back to the dishes, I think we talked about this the other day. Psychologically, people get choice fatigue. So now I understand when you painted the picture of you wanted to get all flavors of India, literally. But psychologically, most restaurants might have 20, 30 dishes. Do you think that people get overwhelmed and take too much time to order and that affects the total value of the table? Or is it the other way around? Because they haven't tasted it for so long, they get everything in.
So of course, when you're coming for the first time, probably yes, you will take probably 5, 10, 15 minutes because you never seen those menu. Yeah. But we still remember when we give order form, then people said, oh, I don't need the order form. I know what I'm ordering. Yeah, so now people get used to it with our menus. When they're leaving home, they probably decided that they wanted to go Chatkazz, so they probably look at the menus before while driving as well. But what we do since last many years that we remove the items when we introduce new items as well. We do change lots of items as well, which is not well performing. We just remove that and then we put the new items.
Do you do analytics? Or, you can tell the inventory of what's selling more than other things?
Oh, yeah. So we do have the back-end system where we analyze which are the top 25, top 50, bottom 25, bottom 20, 50, including drinks as well. So which are the drinks is going more. We do R&D every year. We go to few other, internationally we travel. We go and check what are the new items coming out from India or somewhere in Indian restaurants as well. We do check those as well. Yeah.
Is there sort of a plan going forward in terms of expanding the marketing base, like the frequent flyer program? Is that sort of something you're thinking of?
Honestly, yes, we are, because so many customers are telling us, oh, I've been coming almost, almost twice in a week, almost 14 days in a, 2 times in a 14 days. So definitely we are looking at. So we're speaking to our point of sale system as well, that we really wanted to introduce. As you said, yes, definitely probably, tie up with Virgin or Qantas would be, of course, great idea and great thing as well.
Yeah.
So definitely within a few months' time, that's what we are thinking right now as well. Yes, we wanted to make sure that community is giving us a lot,
Yeah.
so we wanted to give them back as well.
I was giggling when you said your dad thought you were insane when you started it. There's similar story if you've read This Will Never Work by Netflix co-founder Mark Randolph.
Okay.
He had 115 ideas before Netflix, and he said to his wife, "What do you think about DVD delivery service?" And she said, "They'll never work."
Oh,
It
okay.
doesn't make sense. So it's the people you love the most that say something
Yeah.
won't work that ends up working. It's a very similar story.
Yeah, so because they're a little bit scared of what you're going to do if you get failed.
Yeah.
That's what my dad
Yeah.
was thinking. Oh, you came from India, you're working so hard, you got a very good job. Why want to, start something which is not going to, risky. So
What would you say to other migrants or even just entrepreneurs when they face that in their own mind? Everyone's comfortable being an accountant or a lawyer or in tech, but they've got sparks of ideas.
Yeah.
But then they get no, I'm safe with my $100,000 job. What would you say to them? How do they convert that into something more?
So it's you need to listen to your heart and mind as well.
Yeah.
You can't just and sometimes if you have so much confidence in yourself, you make sure that no, I will crack this one, I will kill it. Then there is no, and of course, let's say right now I'm 41 and I want to start something new, but I know that it's definitely going to work. But then when I'm going to be 60, then probably I'll realize, if I would have started that at 40 years, when I was 40, then it would have been better. So let's not come that situation and make sure that you start.
So don't have regrets.
Yeah, so don't have regrets, Yeah.
What's your mindset when we all get stressed or overwhelmed or we have those sleepless nights? What are some of the things that you do to overcome stress?
Yeah. So I normally, I got 2 daughters, so I normally play with them. I do yoga in the morning, almost 25-30 minutes. Of course, sometimes I miss as well, but I try to do yogas. Always we get angry, we get so stressed, we get frustrated. But at the back of the mind, we always think that, you're going to suffer and you're going to lose if you get frustrated and if you get angry. So let's calm down yourself and then make sure that you don't go into those things, Yeah.
You mentioned Sadhguru and spirituality, but you also touched on it right at the start. How much of, because you obviously grew up in India, so you've got a lot of, the Indian spiritual, cultural background. How much do you think that helped you when you were setting up the business?
I think it helps a lot. We believe in God and almost all Indians believe in God. If you trust God, probably, how we say, sab acha ho jayega. Yeah. So this is the mentality and this is the philosophy we go as well. If something is happening wrong with you, then you need to, you need to give some time to that situation to make sure that it will not come back to you or it will not get repeated.
When you look back, when you say when you get to 60 and you've got, maybe hundreds of stores all over the world.
Thank you.
What do you want to be? What do people want to say? If you take Reliance or the Adanis or whatever in the world, right? People remember them for entrepreneurship, risk taking. What does Dharmesh want to be?
Yeah. So I have no idea right now what I'm going to be at 60. But I always wanted to, when you or anyone else remember us as a Chatkazz, that we are good people, we are a good restaurant, we always take care of the customers, and we don't cheat with anyone. So that's I want everyone to be remembered when they remember me.
You give, I think charity, you give back to the charities, right? One of Sadhna
Yeah.
and
Paryavaran Mitra. Yeah.
Yes. Is that associated with Chatkazz and giving back through there, or you're doing something else different?
So one of our founder, Viral Khanabar, he found that, the rag picking woman who picks the bottles from the ground in India. So those rag picking women were getting ripped off by the manufacturer in India, said not getting money properly. by selling those things. So Viral and there is another guy who is a founder of that Mouth Sadhana. They started helping those women to segregate those all the wrecks, like the bottles and glass bottles and plastic bottles and all those things.
Like when you go pick it up on the streets and you get 10 cents or...
Yeah. So they educated those women, and then so they are very poor women. Their husband is kind of alcoholic husbands, kids are there. So what is Manav Sadhana and Paryavaran Mitra is we educate those women, we sell on their behalf to the manufacturer to get them more money. So they used to earn almost 5,000-6,000 rupees a month, but now they're earning 20,000 rupees a month.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, by segregating them, by educating them, by giving them some information that, if you mix all those things, you will not get the good price. Yeah, and how Chatkazz help them, that we don't take a tip, as you know that. In any restaurant, we don't take tips. So we keep the donation box. And if you are happy with our food or service, you just put 10 cents, 20 cents. So at the end of the 6 months or a year, if we get $3,000-4,000, we send them to India. Then they enjoy, they go probably on a trip. A couple of years back, we did trip of 150 women. They went to Haridwar and all sponsored by Chatkazz. We just opened restaurants in India to help those women's daughter. Because woman's daughter was going back to same profession of a rag picking. So we thought, why don't we open a restaurant? We got a good experience. Yes. So our name in the restaurant restaurant of the name is Saki. Yes. So Saki is friend. Yeah. So we're hiring those girls and we give them a better life. Yeah.
So you're breaking generational poverty.
That's what we're trying. That's what we're trying. Of course, we are not a government that we can, give them lots of money. Yeah. But whatever we can do from our side, that's what we're trying to do.
So this, what you just talked about, is women empowerment?
Exactly, women empowerment.
And that's also part of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, one of them.
Oh, okay.
Either 4 or 5, I think it is. So you're actually touching into that.
Yeah. So our tagline is flavorful empowerment.
Okay.
So so it says Saki, Indian street food and more, and the flavorful empowerment.
Yeah.
So you educate the daughters.
Yeah.
And then you hire them in your restaurants.
Yeah.
And then you pay them a lot more than
the normal. Yeah. So we pay exactly as per the government rules and regulations in India. Yeah.
So what's next for Chatkazz?
Next 18 months, probably we opening one in Melbourne right now. Yeah. We're almost there to sign the lease and everything. And probably next Brisbane path, we wanted to definitely, grow through some more in Sydney as well. Yeah. But there are lots of areas we haven't covered, and probably international as well. Yeah. We wanted to try international. Yeah. We just did some surveys in 4 countries: London, America, Canada, and Dubai. Yeah. So that's what we're planning as well. That London is because it's more Indians than probably. Of course, America has lots of more Indians, but. Yeah. We think probably this will work in London as well.
Why do you think it'd work in the UK? Because there's, number one, so many Indians, but every block has got an Indian restaurant. What would be your differentiator there?
Yeah, so I think probably when we heard from the customers who is coming and who is visiting from London, that's the same story we are hearing, that in London or in UK there is nothing like Chatkazz. I may be wrong, but that's what we're hearing from the customers.
That's interesting. Yeah. So the feedback that you're getting, you're using feedback and surveys to improve and keep consistency in the restaurant.
Yep.
But you're also using it as market research for opening other restaurants.
Yes. We do have agencies where do market research, and we make sure that, because our main target is 85% of the Indians and then the 15% of the non-Indians. So that's how we look at our target.
Do you think that a private equity firm or an investment firm would help expand that faster, or you want to do it just within your own?
No, definitely we want to, not in Australia, but definitely if we're going out of Australia, we want to franchise. Because as you said, private equity or joint venture or probably venture capitalize probably come and help us. Yeah. Definitely we're looking forward to do that. Yeah.
This has been wonderful. To our listeners, to the budding entrepreneurs, maybe a few words of advice or suggestions or ideas you think that really captures your journey over the last 20 years?
Okay.
Yeah.
Probably hard to say, but I would say to all my customers and everyone that thank you so much again and again, because you guys are there. That's why we're here, and we will keep serving you with the honesty and with the hard work. So thank you so much for everyone.
And what advice would you give them?
Enjoy your life and don't stress. That's advice I can do.
And work hard.
And work hard, of course. Yeah.
Do what your heart,
Yeah.
where your heart leads you and your intuition. Right?
As I said, if you are 40 and if you want to do do it. Don't get regret at 60. So do it. Yeah.
Another final point is a lot of people will do business or get into entrepreneurship for money, power, or something, materialistic.
Yeah.
I think we already know what it is for you, but what is that meaning for you?
So honestly, as I told you, when we started Chatkazz, we never knew that we're going to expand that much. We always loved to feed people. That's my dad told me. That's all the founders are coming from that culture. So we said, if you give them a proper food, proper service, money will follow you. So we don't need to worry about that. And we always believe in Chatkazz. We have written in all the restaurants that customers are God for us. And for our staff, we say Chatkazz is your temple and customer is your God. This is what we say. Yeah, including us, including all the owners. Chatkazz is your temple and customers is your God. Yeah.
Good way to end it.
Good way to end it. Thank you very much.
No, thank you so much for
So
your
much
I
amazing.
really appreciate that.
Amazing insights. Hopefully for our listeners, the entrepreneurs, the migrant entrepreneurs, other entrepreneurs can obviously take so much from this podcast. So thank you for your time. We know you're traveling tomorrow.
No, thank you.
And so for being with us is amazing.
Thank you so much for your time, guys. And thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you.